Good evening, and welcome to Election Night in America 2024, between the Democratic nominee, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and the Republican nominee, former President Donald J. Trump. But let's begin by looking at our first exit polls out of the states that have just closed their polls. 35% of Americans said they strongly approve of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. 10% somewhat approve, while 3% remain neutral. 16% of Americans somewhat disapprove, and the plurality of this poll, 36%, strongly disapprove of her. Donald Trump isn't particularly popular either. 34% of Americans strongly approve of him, 7% somewhat approve of him, 2% are neutral, 19% somewhat disapprove, 35%, another plurality, strongly disapprove of him. However, this could be the tiebreaker. Joe Biden has endorsed Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and he is fairly popular. 37% of Americans strongly approve of him, whereas 14% somewhat approve. In this polarized nation, having a 51% approval rating isn't too shabby. 4% of Americans said that they have a neutral stance on Joe Biden. 22% somewhat disapprove, and 33% strongly disapprove. However, this could sink Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's campaign. 18% of Americans strongly approve socialism. 19% of Americans somewhat approve of socialism. 4% have a neutral feeling of socialism, 17% somewhat disapprove. In the plurality of this poll, 42% strongly disapprove. Donald Trump has consistently painted Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez as a socialist, and if it pays off, this could win him the election. However, this could be good news for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The main issue is the economy, which has dramatically improved over the past 4 years. 24% of Americans say that Biden's handling COVID-19 was their most important issue, and we'll get to that in a second. 23%, a close third, say that healthcare is their main issue. 6% of Americans say social issues is their main issue. 11% listed other issues. According to 46% of Americans, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is too extreme. 31% say she's moderate. 13% say she's not extreme enough, and 10% say didn't really answer the question. But if 46% of Americans say are too extreme, she needs a lot of those undecideds to break for her. Now, Trump is also viewed as too extreme by the plurality of this poll. 44% of Americans think that he's too extreme, 38% think he's moderate, 12% think he's not extreme enough, and 6% say other. Now, this is an important one, because a few polls ago, we showed you that 24% of Americans say that the Biden handling of COVID-19 was their most important issue. Well, 58% of Americans think that Joe Biden's handling of COVID-19 was better than Donald Trump's. 38% maintain that Trump's was better, and 4% are unsure. This exit poll also shows good news for the Democratic Party. 51% of Americans think that the country is trending in the right direction compared to 4 years ago. But 47%, which is still a big amount, think that it's trending in the wrong direction. 2% are not sure. This is our ideology poll. 27% of America says that they're very liberal, compared to only 13% that says they're very conservative. It's a dead tie, with somewhat liberal and somewhat conservative, each at 21%. The moderates are likely to decide this election, and it'll be interesting to see who they break for. Now, moving on to our CNN data desk, showing our toss-up state polls and projections. In Arizona, the polls have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez narrowly ahead by 1%. In Georgia, she is ahead by 2%. In Michigan, she has a 5-point lead. In North Carolina, Donald Trump has a 2% lead. And in Wisconsin, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez maintains a healthy 6% lead. In Arizona, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has just barely a 51% chance of winning, making the state a pure toss-up. In Georgia, she has a 58% chance of winning. In Michigan, she has a 56% chance of winning. In North Carolina, she has a 53% chance of winning. But in Wisconsin, Donald Trump is favored. This is our final projection map with toss-ups. So, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has the lead, so Donald Trump needs most of these toss-ups to go for him. This is our final prediction. We believe Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez will win the election in a similar fashion as Joe Biden won in 2020, just flipping North Carolina and losing Georgia. And now the time is here. We can now begin to make some projections. First, we can project that Vermont will go to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. No surprise here. 3 electoral votes from this state. Very blue. And as you can see, she has a big lead right now. However, in Indiana, 11 electoral votes. We can project Donald Trump as the winner there. He very popular here. Obviously, the early data from Indiana is likely to favor him. He's probably not going to end up winning it by 41, but a big lead for him, basically insurmountable. Indiana will go to Donald Trump. In Kentucky, 8 electoral votes. Donald Trump is the projected winner there. He will win, obviously, by more than 10%, but the early votes tend to favor Democrats in the state. So, yeah. Key race out of Georgia. It's too early to call. Donald Trump is leading Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez by 33%, but we don't want to make a projection there just yet. South Carolina, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has the lead. It's still too early to call. In Virginia, Donald Trump has a big lead there, but too early to call. Remember, in Virginia, these Fairfax County and the suburban areas that surround it, which are very blue, come in late. So it'll be up to AOC and Fairfax County to close the gap and see if they can hold on to Virginia. So this is our current electoral map. 3 electoral votes for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, 19 for Donald Trump. Let's move on to our 7:30 p.m. poll closings. They have just arrived. We have a projection make out of South Carolina. 9 electoral votes. Donald Trump is the winner there. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I really thought that this could be a toss-up, but Donald Trump's strong showing here. He's going to end up winning the state. In West Virginia, 4 electoral votes. No surprise out of the mountain state. Donald Trump will carry it very easily. One of the reddest states in the country. In Ohio, it's currently too early to call. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has a big lead over Donald Trump, but that might not hold. In North Carolina, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has a lead, but still too close to call. We don't want to make a projection there just yet. So this is our current electoral map. 3 electoral votes for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, 23 for Donald Trump, and 4 key swing states remain too close to call. It's now 8 o'clock on the East Coast, and we have some projections to make, major projections. In Delaware, 3 electoral votes. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez will win the state of Delaware. In her margins, 22% victory there. In Illinois, 19 electoral votes. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is the projected winner there. Remember, Illinois lost an electoral vote due to the census, but still a very blue state, and she's going to be winning there. In Maine's first congressional district, this is the only projection we can make out of the state of Maine so far. 1 electoral vote will go to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. We don't know about the at-large vote yet, though, or the 2nd district. But she's going to win that district by around 21%. In Maryland, 10 electoral votes. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez will win there by a very big margin. In Massachusetts, 11 electoral votes. Another big blue prize out of the Northeast. She will carry Massachusetts very easily. Washington, D.C., this is the bluest area of the nation. As you can see, very solid for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. In Alabama, though, Donald Trump, 8 electoral votes. Remember, they lost 1 according to the census. Alabama will go to Donald Trump. In Mississippi, 6 electoral votes. Mississippi will go for Donald Trump. In Missouri, 10 electoral votes. This was a swing state 20 years ago, not so much now. And it's now going to be in the Trump column pretty handily, of course. It's close right now, but it's because the first votes we get favor Democrats. But Trump is already taking the lead, so he's in for a very big win in Missouri tonight. In Oklahoma, no surprise here, 7 electoral votes, obviously going to Donald Trump. In Tennessee, 11 electoral votes. They will also go for Trump in this very red state. In Connecticut, it's currently too early to call. This is actually bad news for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. This is called right as the poll closed for Joe Biden 4 years ago. And the state is arguably trending red, but right now, it's still too close to call. In Florida, too early to call. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a lead with around 4% of the vote in, but as Trump works his way up the state and up to the panhandle, it looks like he might win. New York Times gives Trump an 88% chance of winning the state, so we'll keep you posted. In New Jersey, it's currently too early to call as well. Donald Trump has a big lead there, but the first areas they come in are very Republican. In New Hampshire, it's too early to call, kind of like the opposite of New Jersey. The first areas that come in here lean more Democratic, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has the lead there. In Pennsylvania, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has a big lead, but we are not prepared to call it just yet. Rhode Island's currently too close to call. Donald Trump has the lead there, but like I said, the first Republican, or the first votes that come in are from Republican precincts. So we have, we'll keep you posted on Rhode Island. So this is our current electoral map. 50 electoral votes for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, 74 for Donald Trump. It is now 8:30 on the East Coast. We have some major projections to make, starting with Connecticut. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez will win Connecticut. She has some catching up to do, but she's going to win there. And in Maine's at-large, that's the at-large vote. She has officially won the state of Maine as a whole. She's going to carry that fairly easily, but not by as much as Joe Biden did 4 years ago. In New Hampshire, 4 electoral votes, another northeastern win for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's going to carry it over Donald Trump. And in New Jersey, 14 electoral votes, starting to bring the big blue states from the Northeast back to her column. 14 electoral votes there. She will carry New Jersey. In Rhode Island, 3 electoral votes. They will go for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's going to win the state of Rhode Island with around 39% of the vote in. However, in Florida, this is huge news for Donald Trump. They were counting on winning it. There was no path without Florida, but I'm not going to go to Donald Trump. As you can see here, he's ahead with over half the vote in, so that lead's only going to grow, and we could see a solid Trump victory in Florida, as we did 4 years ago. In Arkansas, 6 electoral votes. Donald Trump, the projected winner there. He will win Arkansas very easily. 80 electoral votes for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She has solidified the Northeast. In early call in New Hampshire, but still in early call in Florida, I guess you could say as well. So 111 electoral votes for Donald Trump. It is now time for one of our biggest batches of poll closing. This has the most swing states, obviously: Arizona, Texas, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, as well as that second district of Nebraska that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez desperately needs to hold. We do have a projection out of Virginia, though. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez currently leading in Virginia, with nearly 80% of the vote is in. She has a lead of around 4%. In Colorado, right at poll closing, we can project AOC will win Colorado fairly easily. In New Mexico, 5 electoral votes. This was a state Donald Trump hoped to contest, but he didn't really make a play for it, and it's going to go to AOC fairly easily. In New York, this is her home state, 27 electoral votes. She will win, no surprise, out of the Empire State. In Ohio, 17 electoral votes. This is a huge projection. Donald Trump, there was no path for him without Ohio, but he's going to carry it, so that is another path that the Ocasio-Cortez campaign can cross off, but Donald Trump is the winner there. 17 electoral votes for Donald Trump. And we have 1 electoral vote reporting from Maine 2nd Congressional District that will go for Donald Trump. 1 electoral vote there, but still important because it might come down to it. In Kansas, that's 6 electoral votes. Donald Trump will win Kansas. There was, the first votes that came in favored Ocasio-Cortez, but Donald Trump has taken the lead there. That's a win for him. In Louisiana, 8 electoral votes. Donald Trump, the projected winner out of Louisiana. No surprise there. 4 of Nebraska's 5 electoral votes. That means the at-large in the 1st and 3rd districts will go for him, but the 2nd we have yet to make a projection there. The at-large vote going to him very easily. In North Dakota, 3 electoral votes. There goes North Dakota for Donald Trump, and as goes South Dakota. He will carry South Dakota fairly easily, defeating Ocasio-Cortez there. In Wyoming, this is one of the reddest states in the country. 3 electoral votes. Donald Trump, the projected winner there. It's only too early to call in Arizona. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has a lead there, but we've yet to call it. In Michigan, Ocasio-Cortez opens up with a lead, but we have yet to call that state. Minnesota, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has the lead there, but still too early to call that state. In Nebraska 2nd Congressional District, 3% of the vote in. Ocasio-Cortez has a strong lead there, but too early to call. In Texas, this is one of the biggest states. Donald Trump has to win Texas if he wants a chance at winning the White House. New York Times coming into the night gave him a 59% chance of winning Texas, but still nothing to sneeze at. 41% for AOC. She's currently ahead, but remember, the blue areas come in Texas first. Texas is often blue at the start. In Wisconsin, Donald Trump has the big lead there, but similar to Texas, the red areas come in first. This is not a warning sign for the Ocasio-Cortez campaign just yet. So, 135 electoral votes for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, 156 for Donald Trump, and we now have some major projections upcoming. It's 10 o'clock on the East Coast, 7 o'clock on the West, and we have some projections to make. Iowa will go for Donald Trump at poll closing, which is intriguing because we waited a bit to call Iowa for Donald Trump 4 years ago, but it's going to go to him at poll closing. He's behind, obviously, but the fact that he's only behind by 4 or 5 early on, rather than 10, shows he's in for a big night in Iowa. In Montana, he's also behind there, but that's going to be a big win for him. Remember, the blue areas, so some of these states come in first, and then the red areas will overtake them. Donald Trump's going to win Montana, according to our projections. Utah, 6 electoral votes. As I mentioned, the blue areas come in first, but Donald Trump will win Utah. However, we do have a call for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. 1 electoral vote out of Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District. She will carry the district by less than Joe Biden did in 2020, but still a win for her. In Nevada, it's currently too early to call. As you can see, Trump has a big lead, but only 1% of the vote is in. Only the very rural areas are coming in first. So, Donald Trump expands his lead from, it's now 171 to 136, but we still have most of the swing states, including the Rust Belt, which is the focus of this campaign, is still too close to call. Obviously, Trump had big wins in Iowa, Ohio, and Florida, but the Rust Belt, he needs to pick off one of those Rust Belt states, the Joe Biden one. So, yeah. It's now 11 o'clock on the East Coast. We have some projections upcoming, major projections actually. In Texas, 41 electoral votes. The votes came in very quickly here. 73% of the vote is in. Donald Trump is in for a big win in Texas tonight, bigger than expected, but he's going to carry the state nonetheless. 4 electoral votes in Idaho, obviously very solid for the Republican Party. Donald Trump wins Idaho. Now in Minnesota, though, we have a call for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. This is good news for her. It's a sigh of relief. It would have been very difficult for her to win without Minnesota. But she's going to win Minnesota, 9 electoral votes. That's a big win for her, sigh of relief for her campaign. Now, going on to our big blue state, California, 55 electoral votes. Very solid for the Democrats. AOC's in for a big night there. She'll also create the state of Hawaii, 4 electoral votes. They will all go for AOC, one of the most diverse states in the Union. In Oregon, 8 electoral votes. This state's population grew, and thus they got another electoral vote. AOC's in for a big night in Oregon as well. In Washington, she is also the projected winner there, defeating Donald Trump in Washington. So AOC is now taking the lead in the Electoral College, but it's all going to come down to those yellow states on your screen. So 224 electoral votes for AOC, 217 for Donald Trump. And it's crazy how close Pennsylvania is at this hour. It's been 3 hours since the polls closed, and we still have no idea who's going to win that state. It's now 1 o'clock on the East Coast, and we have a projection to make. In Nevada, 6 electoral votes. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she did very well with Hispanic vote there. She's going to carry the state of Nevada. It says 1% in. We apologize for the error on your screen. It's actually 49% in, but yeah. In North Carolina, 16 electoral votes. This is a big win for Donald Trump. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez really made a big play for North Carolina, and she's going to come just short. She's going to lose North Carolina by around 2%, with nearly all the votes in Donald Trump, the projected winner there. In Alaska, 3 electoral votes, Donald Trump, no surprise. Out of this state, very, very red state, very partisan. So Donald Trump has retaken the lead. 236 electoral votes for him, 230 for AOC. It's going to come down to the Rust Belt and the Sun Belt. Now, AOC does have the lead in Michigan, in Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, but Donald Trump has the lead in Georgia. So it'll be interesting to see. Arizona right now, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has, wait for it, a lead of around 2,000 votes. And right now we can, getting news from our CNN decision desk, we can call Arizona for Donald Trump. He's going to win here very narrowly. The remaining votes are going to favor him, so he's on track for a 3 or 4 point win in Arizona. This will be a huge win for him. In Georgia, another key race alert. He's going to hold on to his lead there. He's going to beat Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Georgia has been too close to call since 7 o'clock, which was, 6 hours ago. So Donald Trump will win Georgia after a very long night in that state. The Peach State will go for Donald Trump. So Donald Trump nearing victory. He only needs one more state, one of those yellow states in the Rust Belt. AOC has not conceded yet, but right now, Donald Trump, according to the New York Times, has a 96% chance of winning this election. He has taken the lead in Wisconsin and is taking the lead in Pennsylvania. He's losing in Michigan, but it's very close right now. And here we go, 19 electoral votes. Donald Trump will win Pennsylvania. This is it. That was the nail in the coffin for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Trump has been elected the 47th President of the United States of America. Obviously, he's pulling a Grover Cleveland as he's served once before, but Donald Trump will win the state of Pennsylvania by 0.4%. It was very close, but he's ahead, and he's going to hold on to his narrow lead there. So Donald Trump has won the presidency. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has conceded the race at hand, but we do have some projections to make. In Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes. Donald Trump will carry the state of Wisconsin with their 10 electoral votes. We're going to win by around 1% with nearly all the votes counted. There's no path to victory for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in Wisconsin, but look at how close it was. So only one state remains yet to be called. That's Michigan, which is very close right now, and we don't expect a call from Michigan this night. Or actually, it's around 3 a.m. on the East Coast this morning, so stay tuned for a call in Michigan later today. It's now November 6th, 2020. It is now 11 o'clock on the East Coast, and we have a projection to make in Michigan. Donald Trump will carry the state of Michigan, nearly all the votes in. He's going to win by 0.2%. Very, very close, came down to the wire, but Donald Trump will carry Michigan. So this is our final map. It's actually very similar to the 2016 electoral map, except Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez carried one district that Clinton didn't, Nebraska's 2nd district. But yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. And I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.